Shame is the only thing companies understand, and I am shaming the crap out of Verizon right now. But I have a story about this. Um, as frustrated as we are, don't get mad, get busy, right? Well, in this case, you guys know that mantra about me. Don't get mad, get busy making videos. And if you look at the world around us, you think I have no power to change anything. You know what? You actually do. You have more power now than we had before. Are the companies going to change it? No. But you can shame the crap out of them. You can put stuff out, and there are lots of YouTubers who do. Some overly zealously, some kind of just right. Right? They tell companies that they suck, and they listen because they can, and then they can build up a groundswell following. And there's one thing that companies understand: it's losing money, and they will lose money if they do stupid stuff and they get called out on YouTube and they get canceled. Let me tell you a story about how this happened. Once upon a time, when I started SkillStack way back in the day, some of you will remember this. If you do, please leave a note in the comments. That my friends and I, the people that I mentored, um, shamed an entire school district into doing the right thing. And it was a rather small thing, but it was a big deal. Okay, so here's the story. So we set up SkillStack. So these young people had accounts on GitHub with their parents' permission, of course, and they were using GitHub, and they were using it to save their source code. They were learning how to be professionals and use GitHub. If you don't know what GitHub is, go look at it. GitHub.com. GITHUB.com. It's an essential tool for all of technology. You have to use it. You have to know how to use it. It's a really key service. And we're not going to fight about it being owned by Microsoft or versus GitLab or Source. I don't know. Stuff. It doesn't matter. GitHub is an essential tool. You have to know how to use it. You have to be able to use it. It's a great way to back up your source code, and it's a great way to make open source contributions. It is a fundamental piece of any technologist's tool in their toolbox. So when everybody was using it, and the school district, the Mecklenburg County School District in Charlotte, when they shut down access to GitHub for the entire school district, all my people were like, "What is going on? I can't get to any of my stuff anymore." Right? And it was funny because one of the projects that one of my students, one of my people in my community, not student, but what they were working on was they were creating a bad word filter for something they were working on. I can't remember what it was, but they were actually creating a bad word filter. So they actually had some bad words that were in some of their source code in order to stop them from being a thing, right? And it was actually kind of, we don't know if it was because of that or if it was related to that triggered some sort of official. And we don't, to this day, we still don't know what happened. All we know is that we started a campaign. We started a Twitter campaign saying, "Can you actually believe that a school district would be stupid enough to ban GitHub? How can you even begin to help people understand how to be productive members of society in the tech world while banning GitHub?" And I mean, how clueless do you have to be? How stupid do you have to be? Everything. And we just thought we were just complaining into the, we were like all, very tiny old men, like screaming at the sky. We were like, oh, it's never going to result in anything, until the board of directors, I want to say it was the chairman, the president of the board of directors for the school, apologized. And they commented on the thread, and all of a sudden I was like, I felt really sorry for like swearing and saying how stupid it was and everything, because I was really mean about it. I mean, I this is 2013 or something like that. I was really mean about it. I was like, "You stupid people! Why can't?" It's like I try to do the right thing with my own money. I try to educate these people, and I'm constantly fighting against idiocy and people who don't have any clue what the hell they're doing. And then it's like, "We're so sorry. It was automatically banned as having bad words. We've removed the ban, and we hope that you can continue to help people learn how to use these important technologies." Yeah. Did I feel stupid? I never ever thought that they would ever see it. I didn't think they would see it. I was like, there's no way. These people don't even know how to use Twitter, let alone do that. Apparently they do. And so a couple of lessons there. One, be careful how you complain. Complain strongly, but don't get personal, Rob. I'm speaking to myself here. Yeah. Uh, by the way, speaking of the Verizon shame that I just put out there, I was pretty okay, right? What do you think? What do you think, community? I was fine, right? I wasn't mean. I talked about how awesome Melvin is. I talked about how I want to be a Verizon sponsor. I really, really do. I've had great experiences with Verizon. I didn't have anything positive to say about AT&T, but I've never said anything bad about the people that I worked with. The people that I worked with were always fantastic. It's always the company policies. They always suck. And telling the world that the company policy sucks for the sake of saving somebody from unscrupulous overage charges that have been set by somebody with a really bad idea about what somebody actually proposed that idea. Let's charge him 25 times more their regular rate for those few people that go over. They're just companies. It's a business account. They don't matter. Somebody actually pushed that agenda. Somebody actually pushed that agenda, that idea, and it won. It won. It won. And they did it. So the only way to fight against that absolute unlimited greed is to say, hey, you know what? Sole proprietors are people too. To cite Mitt Romney. At least one person got that joke. Probably not many. Yeah, sole proprietors are people too. They don't need to be taken advantage of. Why don't you provide? Look, it's very easy. You already have all the stuff in place. You're already providing a consumer facing throttled account. Why don't you give us a throttled account in the business world and give us all the same wonderful, unlimited stuff with limited throttling for the same price? Why are you charging the consumer facing people with a throttled account triple the money because they're consumer facing and forcing them to buy a device on top of all of that? I mean, you obviously have the technology. You obviously have the technology to do it because you're already doing it. So this is just a policy issue. This is just a policy issue. That's all it is. That means somebody's got to, put the numbers in the right order and like set up the technology, but you already have it all deployed. You just have to make sure that you do it right. But they won't. They probably won't. So, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is don't underestimate the power of shame. In a capitalist society, there's only one thing that matters: money. And shame takes money away from the people who care about money. So, long live shame. Jesus is risen, and shame is the antidote to unfettered capitalist greed. There. That's the end of this video.